Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about a simple conversation I had with my 11-year-old son. Very relevant to the topic of personal development and, more importantly, personal growth. Hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
If you've been listening to the show for a while, I have an 11-year-old son, and I pick him up on Fridays, and I have to drive quite a bit to do that, and we spend the weekends together. Max lives roughly 2 hours away from where I live. Every Friday night, I have to leave work, drive an hour to get to my house, change things up, drive 2 hours, or about an hour and a half there, and then an hour and a half back, and I've been doing that for 11 years. In those car rides, which I dreaded a long time ago, was such a long drive. I mean, that's like a lot of driving time, right? But I've decided to utilize that time. On the way there, I actually listen to different audios. I download books and I listen to that. So once in a while, you'll hear me screaming down the road on listening to AC/DC and breakdance beats and everything in between. I use that time wisely, I would say, to get myself in the right state, learn a little bit. I work on my cash system, which is something I talk about. Which, by the way, when I'm talking about it, do me a favor. If you are interested in pursuing your goals, getting out of adversity, you need to get your butt over to launchwithdan.com. Launchwithdan.com. I'm looking for 3 people to help personally grow, personally develop, taking some of their adversity and using that to show them exactly how they can be successful over a 90-day period. And love doing it and love to have you on that call. So go to that website, launchwithdan.com. Pick a time. I'll call you. It's just that simple. So while I'm actually working on myself and doing this, then I get a chance to pick them up and I get myself in the right frame of mind. I've talked about time and time again, I want to be the best version of myself when I show up. And we have great conversations. And now those car rides that I used to dread so much, I love them. I love spending that time with them. I love going to pick them up. And I always love seeing them for sure. But this is the arduous task of driving that much. I made it, something very worthwhile. And I've grown personally because of it. And it's a lot of time for me to come up with these ideas in order to help people sincerely get out of their comfort zone and live on purpose, and myself too. Constantly redefining my goals by what I hear and listen to, and then start applying it. It's made me a better person. It's also made me have a better relationship with my son. And that time I'm grateful for it. And the questions that came up on this last ride, I'm like, holy cow. Like, we haven't seen each other in a week. And it's like, man, where did this come from? So I'll share with you the conversation and kind of a little bit of what we talked about and the premise of it. And what was great was he said, how are things going for you? And I said, pretty good. How are things at the dealerships? And I go, they're getting better. They're good, making some changes and stuff, and things are getting good. Change is a good thing. And moving some personnel around and trying to make things work better and trying to get people into their zone of genius and what they're great at and keeping them happy. But believe you me, it's not an easy thing. There's some people that are, uncomfortable in their new roles. But I think they're going to be fantastic. And he's asking me these questions and we're driving. And then he said to me, why do you do it? I go, why do you ask? And he goes, well, one person in my life is always working and they're busy and they're overwhelmed all the time, and you're not. You're busy. I see you're busy a lot, but you really enjoy what you do. Is it just you love doing that? And I was like, that's pretty interesting. I go, that's why I do what I do. I love people. And I like helping people achieve their goals through what I do at work. And he's like, well, then how is your personal development coaching going? How's that? I go, that's going pretty well too. And I told him I'm looking for a few people to prove a point that this method works. And if there's somebody that I don't know comes into this and I can get them the results that I've gotten for other people that I do know, well, then I just think it would be great for everybody. I think the world would be a better place. And he goes, can I be one of those people? I go, this is really great, Max. Why would you ask me that question? Why would you want to be one of those people? And he's like, well, I think I have a goal. What's your goal? And he goes, I want to win the golf state championship next year for my age group. Now, he just started golfing on a team a couple weeks ago. He's very good at it, by the way. He's been practicing a lot for 4 years, but he's now in an organized group. And what was interesting, he goes, how does it work? Now, here's an 11-year-old asking his dad, how does it work? So I asked him a question, and that's one of the things that you always do. If you're not sure, if you don't understand where the person's coming from, even your little ones, dads, don't just assume. Ask them the questions. What do you mean? Where are you coming from with this? He goes, well, if that's something that I know that I want to do, how do I know that I can become the state champion without just practicing and getting good at it? And, I was like, this is a really good question. So he asked me, so how does a call work? And I explained it to him. Somebody goes to my website, they log their information in, and I give them a call, and we end up talking about what they want. And during that call, we go over a few other questions that are very strategic and very important for leverage. And once we have that information, then we lay out a quick plan. And that's pretty much the end of the call. And he's like, do you think that you could really do this? Because I believe that I could do it. And I go, that's all you need is belief and faith. Now you need somebody to hold you accountable to what it is that you want. And he goes, this is kind of interesting because you don't know how to golf. You're not even good at it at all. And I'm not. I'm horrible. I just picked up some clubs the other day trying to be something I could do with him. And I am horrible, but I'm getting coaching. But he said, you don't know anything about golf, but yet I already feel at this point, based on our conversation, that I actually have a chance to be the state champion. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all you need. You just need a chance. And you have to create your own chance. You have to have the will and the want to pursue the things in your life that you really want, that you really want to go for. There's nothing stopping you other than your own self-doubt, the opinions of other people, which don't matter. At the end of the day, you need to be you and satisfy you because, as my buddy Joe Slaughter said, the universe, the world doesn't care if you're successful or if you fail. It doesn't. In any way, shape, or form. What is important is you. And my 11-year-old son, armed with this information now at 11, I want to ask you this. Do you think he has a better chance of becoming successful in whatever endeavor he's going to choose? Because we talked about other stuff too. And that's part of the whole conversation that we have on the call, which I launchwithdan.com. Make the effort. Get on that calendar. Let's have that conversation. At the end of it, you're going to feel 8 feet tall and bulletproof. My 11-year-old did. Now, the best part is this. Here's where we really want to talk about. An 11-year-old has a dream, has a passion, has a vision to become a state champion in Illinois for golf. I had to get up at my 4:55 this morning, as I do, to start my day after I've written my goals down last night. My son got up, grabbed his clubs, and was swinging them in the backyard. It's still dark out, folks. He heard me get up. He did his thing. I did my thing. I thought he was going to watch TV or maybe put on his PlayStation, as 11-year-olds do, I guess. But he decided to do that. Now, I can't tell you how impressed I am with his efforts. Something changed in that 11-year-old yesterday. And I hope to God nothing stops him from pursuing his dreams. Friends, media, parents, financial situations, anything, health. I hope nothing stops him from pursuing those things that he's so passionate about. Because all of us have that in our spirit, but life seems to happen and it beats us down into average, thinking we can't do this, thinking we shouldn't do that. But in the end, we have an obligation and an opportunity to stay true to our genuine selves and pursue those goals. Have those dreams. Go for your ambitions. My buddy Joe Slaughter, he did. Loving life on his own terms. Max, my 11-year-old, if he does this and keeps going at this and stays focused, there's no doubt he's going to be better off than most. What happened to you along the way does not have to mean it's the rest of your future. you can change today. Do yourself a favor and the people around you. I dare you. LaunchWithDan.com. Make a change for the better. Become aware of where you're at. Identify what you want. Decide and take action. And that action is going to the calendar, scheduling time. Let's have a conversation. Don't be afraid. Think how life would be after you've achieved your goals and you're living in that space. It'll be the best 30 minutes you've ever spent. Time for you to do something for yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.